So we have found how to find the sides of triangles using the law of sines, but now we're going to find some angles, and this is so nice. It helps us when we have a side, and an angle. Watch out, when finding angles, it's possible to have one solution, two solutions, or no solutions. This is called the ambiguous case. So the sine function always has a range between -1 and +1. Because think when you go around the circle, okay, so sine is up, so that's your y value. So the highest is 1, and then the lowest is -1. Just thinking about the sine circle, or the unit circle. If the sine function is positive, so if the y value is positive, well, that's going to be quadrants 1 or quadrants 2. So we've talked about that before. To find the other possible angle, we would subtract it from 180 because there's 180 degrees in a straight line or in a triangle. If the sum of the angle measures in a triangle is always 180. No triangle can have two, what kind of angles? Do you remember you've got acute, right, and obtuse? We can't have two obtuse angles because obtuse means bigger than 90. You can't have two bigger than 90 because then it'd be bigger than 180 and that would not work. Oops, I just hit something wrong. Okay, so let's try some. Information about ABC is given below. Check your answers and give all of the possibilities. All right, so I'm going to draw a picture. It might not be perfect. I'm going to call this A. I'm going to call this B. And I'm going to call this C. It does not matter where you put ABC. This might not be to scale, but I'm just like writing some things so I can figure it out. Okay, so A, does that say that angle A is 50? Yeah. So I'm going to label that. A is 50. AB. That's right here. AB is 4. BC is 9. And so I want to find this right here. So it's important to be able to just draw things so you can kind of figure out like what do I need? What am I trying to find? So what I know is that I have the sine of 50 over 9, because you see how that opens it up, equals the sine of C, I don't know what that is yet, over 4. Okay. So if I go through and put the work together, I end up with 4 times the sine of 50 equals 9 times the sine of C. Okay, how do I undo that 9? Yeah, now I just grab my handy dandy calculator and I do some good number values. So I got to pull up my handy dandy calculator. I'll be right back. So I've got, oh, I better make sure I'm in degrees because I'm probably not. Mode, oof, I'm not in degrees. Go to degrees. Okay, we're working in degrees this week because it says degrees. How would you know if it was radians? Because there would be a pi in it. Okay, so good. Now I'm going to second quit. All right, so 4 sine 50. Close your parentheses. I'm actually going to push enter, and then I'm going to divide by 9. Okay, I get that. So this right here is the sine of x. So, or sine of c, whatever. Sine of c equals, what was it, 0.3405-ish? Okay, how do you then find the angle? Do you remember which buttons? So I'm going to put my calculator again, and I'm going to go sine inverse. And then that thing, I'm just going to put in the second answer down here. Nope, that did not go. Second answer. Okay, close my parentheses, and I get about 19.9. What does it tell me to check your answers? Give all a pot. Let's go to the nearest tenth. So then my angle C is 19.1 degrees. Okay, that's awesome. But now I have to check and see, does that other, like, is there an ambiguous case? Does that second one work? Well, I would just say, what's 180 minus 19.1? 160.9. Okay, does that make sense in this triangle? The answer is it does not, because if I did 160.9 plus 50, I would have more than 180 degrees. So that's like, I'm not going to need to do that. Okay, let's try the second one. So I'm going to take all of these things and shrink them down. I'll be right back. Let's draw the picture A, B, C. Okay, this is obviously not to scale because it says B is 37, but whatever. Like, I'm just looking for a picture to kind of get my bearings. Then it says AB, that's right here, is 47. AC right here, ooh, that's across from the 37. That's 29, and you're like, your picture sucks. It's fine. I'm just trying to get my head around it. So sine of 37 is across from 29. My goal is to find the sine of C. So that equals sine of C all over 47. So I grab on hold of these. So 47 sine 37 equals 29 sine C. So then get rid of that. I don't want to snip that too. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Ah! It's always an adventure. Okay. So divide by 29. Pull out my handy dandy little calculator. And I'm going to do 47 sine 37. Close your parentheses. Enter. Divided by 29. So that gives me 0.9753. Okay. So now I want to know what angle goes with that. So second sine, so sine inverse of my answer. Close it. 77.3. So C equals 77.3 degrees. Okay, now let's check that other angle to see if it might work. So if I do 180 minus 77.3, I get 102.7. Okay, is that possible? Would that work in this triangle? And the answer is it would. If you're like, what, and why? Well, because see 37 right here, 37 plus 102.7, so that's like 139.7. You still have room to make the triangle. You have room to make one more angle here, room to make one more angle here. Over in this example, we did not have room because 160 would put you over the 180 mark. So you always have to check that second angle. All right. If you're interested in more examples, I will do some more, but I'll do those in like an extra bonus video if you need more.